My name is Dr. Campbell, Dr. Skip Campbell. I've been in LifeVantage since the very beginning. I'm proud to be doing this webinar. These are something I did a couple of years ago. I used to do every Tuesday night, and yeah, and just so you know, going forward, because we got so many texts and emails, you do not have to register. All you have to do is at the time of the webinar, go to lvnmedia.com. So the webinar is going to be at 7 o'clock every week, except for President's Call. It will be at 8 o'clock. And the President's Call will lead right into the the webinar. All you have to do is show up at LVN Media like you guys just did. And at 7 o'clock, the webinar will capture your screen, and you will be seeing the PowerPoint presentation, should be hearing my voice. And hopefully this all goes really smoothly. So I want to welcome you guys to the webinar. You notice there that this says this is the LifeVantage Opportunity Webinar. This is not a product webinar. I'm not here to sell you Protandem or teach you how to sell Protandem. We're here to talk about the LifeVantage Opportunity, which I think is the best opportunity in America today for the average person to create residual income, something that can change generations, and it's awfully exciting to be a part of it right now. We're a young company, we're a baby, nobody knows about us, and so what you're going to get is me, and then my mentor Tyler Daniels, another Pro 10 in the company. And we're just going to give you guys. We're going to try to keep this to about 30 minutes. This initial one might be a little bit longer than that, just because we've got some announcements to make and some bugs to work through. But that's what we're going to try to keep this to. So let's get rolling with this, you guys. I start with the product, even though this is an opportunity meeting. I want you to understand the product. I think is the best supporting actor. I've never really done network marketing before, and I was a big this day believe this is the most important single supplement that a human being can take. I will take it for the rest of my life. All my family will take it for the rest of their lives. But it's the product that allows us to have this wonderful opportunity. It is the product, that kind of drives or supports the opportunity of LifeVantage, and that's what we're here to talk about. So basically, our flagship product is a supplement called Protandem. If you haven't had a chance to see the ABC Primetime piece, I would recommend that you go to the internet. I'm not going to tell you where to go, but I think if you go to YouTube or somewhere like that and type in ABC Primetime Protandem, you'll be able to see about a 9 or an 11-minute long segment that ABC Primetime and John Quinones did based on this supplement and its ability to lower oxidative stress. Right now, it is a category-creating supplement. It is the only supplement in this category, NRSor, and it's the only supplement in that category, and it's the only supplement that can do what this supplement can do, which is lower oxidative stress 40% in just 30 days. Here's what you need. There was one peer-reviewed piece of research, and by the way, now we have 15. As soon as there was just one piece of peer-reviewed research, even if you've never heard of oxidative stress before, folks, you have to know this. As soon as Protandem lowers oxidative stress, ABC sent John Quinones to Denver to check it out. ABC knocked on our door. John Quinones had his blood drawn on national television, took that supplement for only 18 days, and had his blood drawn on national television again. That's how big oxidative stress is. It's so big that as soon as one company had a peer-reviewed piece of research showing it could lower oxidative stress, ABC shows up, PBS shows up. You never heard about it, don't worry. You can go to pubmed.gov, you can type in oxidative stress, you can type in Protandem, and you'll see our 15 peer-reviewed studies there. But you got to know that research published by our government on a website, pubmed.gov, a cornucopia, or if you will, a library, a depository of all peer-reviewed research. We've got 15 articles showing Protandem's effectiveness and its ability to lower oxidative stress already. There are more to come, but that's what we've got right now. And we're the only show in town. And so when I tell you this, most people say, well, heck yeah, I'm taking that supplement. They watch that video and they want to take that supplement. The question I want you to ask, can you build a business with this supplement? If you had the light bulb and you were the only person allowed to sell that light bulb, could you make $1? That's what this is about. This webinar is about opportunity. Do you see an opportunity behind a supplement like that? Thankfully, through 3.5, 4 years ago, my wife and I said, yes, it's changed our lives. We've got a category-creating supplement. We've also got 5. Again, back to the question, can you create an opportunity for yourself behind a supplement with those kinds of credentials? And understanding that there's not another supplement today with 15 peer-reviewed studies showing it can lower oxidative stress or do anything like that. It is the only show in town. That's all I want to talk about this awesome product, Protandem. Actually, I'm going to back up. No, I'm not going to back up. I'm going to leave the slide right here. We have 2 other products. We have True Science, which is a skincare cream. I like the True Science because the second you put it on your skin, the second you apply it to your face, you know instantly there's something different here. Right away, you can tell this is special. There's lots of skincare creams out there. They cost a lot of money. Ours is very affordable, and you know the second you put it on your face that it's different. So I would highly recommend you get a sample of that. And then we also have the pet product. We came out with a pet product called Canine Health. It's for your dogs. Your dogs remarkably have oxidative stress. In fact, I'll tell you, every living thing on the planet, every aerobic organism in the world has oxidative stress. And your dogs have it at a very high level. I can tell you as a chiropractor, I know this to be a fact. People will take their dogs to the vet before they'll take themselves to the doctor. Can you create an opportunity with these types of products? There's a lot of things that go into creating an opportunity. The product part is one of them. One of the other parts is the compensation plan. I think we have a very, very competitive compensation plan. In fact, in my opinion, I think it's probably the best compensation plan in the industry today. I think it rewards the proper behaviors. I think it allows the distributor, the new distributor, how come the screen didn't change? It allows the new distributor to stay in long enough to be successful. And so hopefully you guys are all seeing the compensation plan slide right now on your webinar, but I'm just looking at my webinar, so that's what I'm seeing. So we've got 6 bonuses, 6 ways to pay you. The first 3 are pay for work. A lot of companies have this. The way that I like to do this is I like to kind of break this up into 2 things. This is a business. It's not unlike any other business that you might start, whether it's a restaurant or a retail outlet. You have a couple of questions that you need to ask yourself if you're going to do business with us. One of them is, what is this going to cost me to get started? What is my startup cost? In chiropractic, my wife and I were into our office for $250,000 before we made $1. LifeVantage is $630 plus shipping and handling and tax. $630. You get $535 worth of products. The rest are marketing materials. But now you can hang a shingle. You've got a business. You've got something that you can go out and work and create income. $630 is a relatively low startup cost. In my opinion, I wish it was more, just because you'd find the people who are really serious about this and kind of weed out those who are not. $630 is not a lot to start a company, a business like Pro Tandem, especially when you consider in the factor that you get all that product to go with it. What do you have to do to get your money back? So if you've talked about your initial investment, you need to talk about what's your ROI, your return on investment. In LifeVantage, you need to sell 3 Vantage packs. You need to go find 3 people who want to do what you're going to do, build a business, sell them a Vantage pack, get them started as distributors, and as a result, you're going to earn $210 for each one of them. You're going to get that check the following week. And so if you can just find 3 people and sell them Vantage packs, in 3 of them in your first month, you're in for free. Now you're playing with house money. You've just started a business and you're in for free. I'm going to tell you, it took me more than a couple of months to get my $250,000 investment back in chiropractic. And so, to me, the business, it's unheard of. It's a no-brainer for me to be able to have the possibility, just even the possibility of having residual income, especially of this magnitude, for $630 with such an easy way to recoup your money. It's a no-brainer for me. So the first 3 bonuses pay you for work that you do. You go out, you do the work, you sell the Vantage pack, you sell the product, you get a check. You get that check in the following week, except the pool, the Fast Start bonus pool. What we do is we reserve a portion of all the Vantage packs sold. We put that money into a pool. If you enroll 3 Vantage packs in a month, you get a share of the pool. If you enroll 6, you get 2 shares, and so on. That check comes out on the 15th of every month, and that check will fluctuate depending on how many Vantage packs are sold and how many people participate in the pool. But you've already been paid in those first 2 bonuses for the work. So this is, again, if you look at the title, it is a bonus. But that's payment for work. That's not residual income. It's like when I would adjust. I'd do an adjustment, I'd get a check. When my wife would cut hair, she'd get a check. That isn't why we joined LifeVantage, my wife and I. We had a thriving chiropractic office, but I was adjusting to get paid. I appreciate those bonuses because it puts gas in our our car so we can build the business. It keeps people and gives people a way to create income. But the part that really got me excited about LifeVantage, my wife and I, was the residual income. And so those are the bonuses I want to talk. So I'm going to skip past this fast start bonus. I told you already how that works. I want to get to the royalty commission. We have a unilevel is the kind of comp plan we have. There's lots of different comp plans out there. There's binaries and matrices and forced matrices and breakaways and hybrids and you name it. They've got a name for it. Ours is a simple unilevel. I like the unilevel because I think it levels the playing field. I think it's fair for everybody. I think the unilevel is easiest to understand as well. Ours is a dynamically compressed unilevel that will pay you up to 9 dynamically compressed levels. I'm not going to explain all that. I'm going to tell you that we pay different percentages on different levels. I want to point that out, and I want to point out one other thing about the unilevel. If you look here, what you can see is that we're going to pay 2% on your first level. We're going to pay 5 on your next, and then 9 on your third. This is key because it's key because I think it helps people stay in the game. We wanted to create, and I know because I was there in the beginning, and when some of the comp plan gurus like Tyler and Ryan were talking about what kind of comp plan are we going to have, we wanted to create a giant middle class. You don't have to be a super network marketer to have people on your third level. You can have a lot of people on your third level. You're going to get 9% there. And so you can see by doing that, we can increase the check that those people, those mid-level distributors are going to have right off the bat and create a larger middle class. I had always dreamed that maybe someday we might be the biggest, largest employer of medium income part-time jobs. And I think we can accomplish that by putting that 9% on that third level. So I'm awfully excited about that. What dynamic compression really means is this. If you look at the way that this comp plan works, the royalty, the unilevel, dynamic compression means that with very few exceptions, if you're the highest ranking distributor in your group, you're going to get paid on just about every single bottle sold every single month. And the other thing that dynamic compression means is that with very, very few exceptions, the company is going to send out 9 checks with every bottle. And I like that. There's no breakage to the company. And the few exceptions are only the people at the top. As an example, when I buy a bottle of Protandem, the company can't send out 9 checks because the only 2 people that are going to get a check is Tyler, who's my direct enroller, and then Jason Domingo, who is his enroller, and then that's it. But once we start getting down into the levels, the company sends out 9 checks with every bottle. And so those 2 things make the royalty, the unilevel, very, very competitive. I like the unilevel a lot, but not as much as I like the match. I like the match because the match does something psychologically. Psychologically, this is my favorite bonus. You see, when I sign somebody up, I don't really care about the 210 I make on the first 3 or the 260 I make on 4 through infinity, or how much money they make in their unilevel, because I get to match it at 10%. So what happens is you're going to go out and you're going to enroll people. Let's say that you can enroll 10 people because the math is easier. Every month you get to take those 10 people and you're going to match their unilevel check at 10%. Now you have a fiduciary interest in how much money is the people that you've gotten involved in this making, because you get to match it at 10%. And so we kind of get rid of the drive-by sponsorer. If you're smart in this business, you take care of the people that you've enrolled, because if you could build them a nice unilevel check, you're going to get a nice matching check for the rest of your life. A lot of companies have a match, but none have ours. If those 10 people simply go out and enroll just 5 maybe a piece, and the number doesn't matter, whoever those people enroll, you're going to match them at 5%. And that's really good too, because you're brand new. Let's say you're brand new, you just got started, you enrolled somebody, you don't know how to help them. But your enroller does, and your enroller matches them at 5%. You see what I'm saying? So now we're a team. Now you've got people in your upline that care about the unilevel checks of people in your downline. So everybody you enroll, you get 10%. Everybody they enroll, you get 5. Everybody they enroll, you get 5. Everybody they enroll, you get 5. And everybody they enroll, you get 5. Now, if you guys haven't grasped the magnitude of this, this creates a large net for you. This could grow really, really fast. If you could do the math on this, let's say you could get 10 people who could get 5, who could all just get 2. At the end of that, you've got 760 people possibly that you're at least matching 5% for the rest of your life. The reason this is big is because you don't have to know the superstar. You just have to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who is. And if somebody shows up in there and starts making a ton of money, you're going to match them at least 5% for the rest of your life. And I keep saying that. This is what residual income's all about. Let's just say that you enroll, and after a couple of years, you're making a ton of money that somebody in your upline matches at 10% for the rest of your life because you're never going to quit because you're making a ton of money. So that's residual income. That's the definition. I love the matching bonus for that. Kevin Bacon shows up in there somewhere, you guys. I mean, there's 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, okay? We've only got 6 degrees here, but do you see what I'm saying? You don't even know who you don't know yet. So I love the match because of the behavior that it promotes. Financially, my favorite one is the Elite Pool. I love the Elite Pool. I love the Elite Pool because we love the Elite Pool because of what it says. And basically, it's this. We've got 10 ranks in this company. Everybody starts at Pro 1. They work their way up to Pro 10. The last 4 ranks are called Elite ranks, Pro 7, 8, 9, and 10. And every month, the company's going to take 4% of the global revenue, not profit, but revenue of this company. They're going to throw it into a kitty, into a pie like this one. And the Pro 7, 8, 9s, and 10s are going to share in 1% of the global revenue of the company. The 8, 9s, and 10s are going to share another. The 9s and the 10s are going to share another. And then the 10s get 1 all to themselves. So obviously you can see it's good to be a 10. You know, you get to dip into each piece of this pie. There's a couple of awesome things that happens when you become an elite distributor. One of the awesome things that happens is the entire company becomes your downline in an instant. The entire company. So you might be sitting there, and we're going to address this in a second, thinking to myself, oh, this sounds awesome, but I wish I could have been first. I wish I could have been in 3 years ago. I'm going to tell you I don't think so. I wouldn't say this because I don't have to if I don't believe it. I think this is the best time to get involved with LifeVantage for a number of reasons. We'll cover them in a minute. But what I'm telling you is this. You get to work right now and make elite. Now, we've spent 3 or 4 years building this company to where it is. The second you make elite, every time we ship a bottle, you're going to get a check. Do you guys understand what that means? All the work that we've done for the last 3 or 4 years, you're going to get to start profiting on that. In the world, too, by the way, you might not have downline in Japan. But once you become an elite distributor, you do, because the whole company is your downline. We also now get rid of that whole, well, you know, I don't know if I'm going to help you because you're not technically in my downline. I know that I can send somebody to a meeting in Jacksonville, Florida, or Houma, Louisiana, or Indianapolis, Indiana. I know I can because there's people there that partake in the elite bonus. Aren't going to do anything stupid to lose that bonus. So the elite pool is my favorite part of the whole because of the promise of it. If you could just imagine for a minute, you have a product here like Protandim that has patents that nobody knows about yet. And someday, if you can be an elite, 5, 6, 8, 10 years from now, when this company is huge and everywhere, and every time they send out a bottle of Protandim True Science or Canine Health, they send you a check. I don't even know where you're sitting right now in America or in the world or in what your situation is, but where do you even have the opportunity, the chance? We all buy lottery tickets for $1 for just the chance to win the lottery. Where do you even have this? Any of you have the opportunity at your job that someday the owner's going to walk in and say, we're going to give you a share of all the company revenue every month? I just don't know that that exists, even the chance for that. And so the most exciting part for me, aside from the fact that we've got a great product and aside from the fact that we have such a great comp plan, is the fact that this is just brand new. So many people have tried network marketing and not succeeded, and I think that this is one of the major culprits. There are a lot of good companies out there, and you can name them. And they have great products, and they're great companies, but they're 60 years old and 30 years old. You guys, we are a baby. We're a baby. We just got started. We haven't hit momentum. We haven't hit critical mass. Nobody knows about us yet. Nobody. We've got around 60,000 distributors in the whole world. We need 3 or 4 million. The whole world, not even the United States. United States, Japan, Mexico, and now Canada and Australia. Now do the math on this. There's 320 million people in just this country. Okay? 320 million people in just the United States, the biggest network marketing country in the world. And we don't even have 60,000 distributors yet in the whole world, you guys. You're not in the top 20% of this company, or the top even 10. Do you understand when we get 2 or 3 million people that you're going to be in the top 1 or 2 or 3% of this whole company? Because you're sitting here now in time. You had the opportunity to see this before others did. That's the most exciting part to me. By far is the fact that finally we get to be first. I didn't invest with Microsoft. We all know the stories. Give the guy $1,000 and it's worth a couple of million today. Well, let me tell you something. Give Bill Gates $1,000 last year. How's that worked out? Do you really believe giving him $1,000 last year is going to turn into $10 million anytime soon? You just missed it. I missed that. I missed Google. I missed Yahoo. I didn't miss this one. No way I was going to. Now I have the opportunity to have my future in my hands. I get to go build a company, help build a company that I have stock in, build a company that I have the elite bonus and the matching bonus. You guys, there was no way I was going to miss this. The timing of this is ridiculous. You guys are brand new. In fact, I'll tell you this. I can't quantify this mathematically other than the percentages are against you. The law of probability says that most of you, the overwhelming majority of you, the 99.9% of you that are on this webinar right now will never have an opportunity like this timing-wise again in your life. So are you going to miss it? It's up to you. It's your opportunity too. It's up to you. You have to decide. Are you going to do this with us or are you going to miss it? I wasn't okay with that, you guys. I wasn't okay with missing it. So my wife and I, we got to work. We worked our guts out 2 to 3 years as hard as we could, and we've reached the top of this company. The great news is we've only got 8 or 9 people at the top of this company. That's it. In the whole world. There is so much room, it's not even funny. And so if you come away with this from this webinar with anything, understand where you sit in time. If you're starting this business today, congratulations to you. The opportunity is overwhelming, and you will probably never have one like this again in your lifetime. And so I want to end my part of the webinar right there. I want you guys to know how sincere I am when I tell you that if you're a distributor in this and you're on listening, congratulations. You are not only in the right time at the right place, but you saw and you took action. Now, continue to take action. Work your guts out. If you're a prospect, if you're somebody who's considering this, ask yourself those questions. Can you make money with that product? And are you going to have another opportunity like this again in your lifetime? I don't think there's any question that product is special. And I don't think there's any question that you can create residual income. And the only question is, are you ever going to have another opportunity like this, and are you going to take advantage of it? So with that, I want to turn the rest of this webinar over to a mentor of mine and now a great friend, a guy that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. I believe, and I've said since the beginning, I think he's probably one of a handful of the best network marketers in the whole country. I think if you look at his track record, that's an arguable point. I don't know that anybody could argue that. But he's also a man of integrity. He does what he says he's going to do, and he's driving. He just got out of a golf tournament, and he's on the phone, and he agreed to join us. So I'm going to put him on the phone real quick. Tyler, are you with us?
Can you hear me okay, Skip?
I can hear you, Tyler. So, and I believe everybody else can. So.
Well, we're going to try this thing out tonight and see if we can do conference calls in addition to the webinar. I just pulled over on the side of the road to have this conversation with you guys. I just got done playing in a little pro-am up here, and I don't know how many of you guys play golf out there, but this sport can make you really happy or it can embarrass you. So I've had an interesting day today. But with that set aside, let me tell you really quick what we just came home from. The pro business company and a bunch of corporate executives just came home from Hawaii on Saturday. One of the things that this company does is that when you hit the upper ranks, they start to treat you really, really well. In fact, what they did is they flew us all over to Maui a week ago, and we spent 3 days at the Four Seasons in Wailea. And we had the opportunity to play, well, some of us played 54 holes of golf because we're addicted. And then we got on catamaran, and we actually took these catamarans all the way across from Maui over to Lanai. And then we spent 3 days in the Four Seasons over in Lanai. And what we do on these trips, you guys, we spend a lot of time together with the corporate guys. We do a little bit of strategy, but we do a whole lot of playing and have a whole lot of relaxation. I'll tell you right now, I've never been to Lanai. I loved it. It was absolutely fantastic. But here we are. We're back, and we decided, you know what? We're back. We're all rested up, and we wanted to do something for all of you that are brand new. We wanted to do something for all of you that are wondering if you should engage right now. And we're doing something for all of you that have been engaged, and that we wanted to support you for the next 90 days with a webinar from the Pro 10s in this company and just talk a little bit about the experiences we've had over the last 4 years, maybe instill some belief in you, and hopefully drive a whole bunch of urgency into your daily behavior. So what I want to do with that is I want to take you guys back on a little bit more of history with this company. 4 years ago when we got started in this thing, it was a pretty scary time. And the reason I'm starting all the way at the beginning is because we run around and we say, timing today is better than it was 4 years ago. And we have a lot of people look at us cross-eyed and say, come on, you guys are at the top of the company, you're making a ton of money. How can it possibly be better today than it was 4 years ago? So I want to really make sure you understand this. 4 years ago, this company was broke. 4 years ago, we had to go to the investors and say, hey, do you believe in us enough to do one more big capital raise and see if we can't get this company to be sustainable over the next year? And we were very fortunate in the fact that we were able to do that. I'll tell you, it was not easy because the message that we had when we ran out into the field was, we're broke, we don't have any peer reviews, we hope they're going to be positive, we don't know how this comp plan is going to perform, but we think it's going to be okay. And come join us. We had a whole lot of people, you guys, who kind of looked at us and said, you guys are nuts. You're crazy. I can't believe you'd take a chance on a company like this. But let me tell you what we saw. We saw an opportunity where you have a product that is going to set a standard that has never been met in network marketing before. We saw a company that was just as committed to this journey as we are. We saw a company that was going to allow us to be part of the decision-making process in a compensation plan and the marketing structure. And we got excited about that. At the end of that first 12 months, though, you guys, I'll tell you what, late night, we were scared to death. We were looking at our finances, we were wondering if we were going to make it. We pulled it off. We did $11 million that first year. Year number 2, not only did we start year number 2 with 4 peer reviews, but at the end of that second year, we did $39 million in sales. Year number 3, we did over $120 million in sales. So far this year, I think you guys have been paying attention to the press releases. If you're brand new and have not been paying attention to those press releases, go check it out. We're a public company. We report where we're headed. We report our growth. We posted in just 3 quarters over $160 million. So we're well on our way to another tremendous year. We're closing that year out this very month. I can't wait to see what the final numbers of this year are. But there's been some really, really exciting developments in the company, you guys. Not only did we go from a company that was broke with no peer reviews and guesswork on whether the compensation plan was going to be successful, but today you have 15 peer reviews. You've got over 130 people that have made the elite ranks in this company, and after Skip got done telling you what their compensation plan does, you know that those 130 people are all getting paid on what the company does as a whole. That means that they're participating in not just what their own organization does, but what the whole company does. We have a company now that has not only celebrated the science behind our product, but has now created a cultural program that we're just launching. And the inaugural event for this LifeVantage program is going to happen in Denver in July, where we're giving away vehicles, you guys, to those people in those elite ranks. Not giving them lease payments, not putting a burden on them, but we're giving them away so that we can go places like Coeur d'Alene, like the Grand Canyon, like the Cayman Islands, the islands, the Florida Keys, like Yosemite, Yellowstone, maybe the Freedom Trail in Boston. Maybe we'll go see Mount Rushmore. You guys, this company is about putting you in the best financial positions they can possibly put you in without creating any burden. And that is the next phase that we're moving into. If you take a really close look at what this company is doing right now compared to what 50 years worth of this industry has shown us from other companies, you should get really, really excited. Because I think you need to ask yourself one question, okay? Do people make any money in network marketing? Does network marketing create a situation where it has changed people's financial circumstances? And if the answer to that is yes, then all you have to do is say, who are they? And I think that's a really simple question. Is it the people who get in the beginning of a company and then grow with that company, or the ones who get in at the very end and have to pick up the scraps? I don't even think I have to answer that question to you. But let me really emphasize what Skip said earlier so that I can set this home. If you look at Nu Skin, Herbalife, Mary Kay, if you look at Mona B or Amway, look at all the big companies out there, Avon, Tupperware. Ask yourself this: do you think that they have 60,000 distributors in their companies, or do you think they have several million? If the answer to that is several million, then ask yourself: are you at the beginning of this or at the end? Because you guys, like Skip said earlier, we are sitting in the first 2 or 3% of where we're headed. If you look at some of the things, some of the goals that this company has, it should be obvious to you that over the next 3, 4, 5 years, we expect to hit $1 billion, maybe even $2 billion in sales. And you're seeing this at a time where you get to be a major contributor to that. You get to be one of the people that will drive this company there, not just participate in the end. And it's an exciting time. So the thing I want to wrap this up with is I really want to close this out with, what do you do now? And well, if you're brand new and you're hearing this for the very first time, you get with the person who invited you, and you enroll immediately. Now, do I think you should just enroll as a customer? Well, no. If you want to capture this opportunity, if you really want to help us expose this to the world, you need to come in as a distributor, and I would strongly suggest that you come in through a Vantage Pack, the $630 option. Get with the person who invited you onto this call and understand how to get your money back. When you find 3 of your friends and help them see what we're doing here, and they buy a Vantage Pack, you've got all your money back. So step number 2 is obviously expose this to your friends. So get your Vantage Pack, expose this to your friends. Use your upline. They'll do 3-way phone calls with you. This call that we're doing on Monday nights in no way replaces the home meetings or the local, bigger, organized meetings that are happening around this country. And if any of you guys are thinking that you're just going to use this call to replace those, then you're making a huge mistake. I would say get on this call and participate, but continue to do those house meetings. Continue to do those local meetings that you're doing, because that's where you're going to create the loyalty. That's where you're going to grow this thing the fastest. Okay, so step 1, Vantage Pack. Step 2, expose this to your friends. Once you have them watch that ABC Prime Timer, you sit down and show them how this comp plan works. Immediately get them on the phone with somebody that's part of your upline or someone else in this business who can give them the little taste of the success that they're having. Use a 3-way phone call. Get them to those local meetings. Get them to a dinner meeting. Okay. Now, for the next 90 days, I would also suggest that you get people on this call. You're going to hear something similar to this every single week. Now, it may not be Skip and I every week, but we've got several Pro 10s that are going to help us participate. So I'll ask you this question. Who do you want talking to your people about this opportunity? Do you want those people that have achieved the very highest ranks in this company, that have the most belief, that have achieved the biggest levels of success doing this? The answer to that is yes. You have an opportunity for the next 90 days to get people on this call every Monday, except for the Monday where President's Call is, and then we're still going to do it. We're just going to do it at the end of the President's Call. Okay, so again, Vantage Pack, expose this to your friends, immediately get them in contact with your upline, and participate in these events. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys is probably the absolute most important thing. If you're not willing to commit to going to premier schools, elite academies, and conventions, then I would probably lower the expectation of what you're going to get from this company. If you want big success, like we're endorsing here on this call, then you need to participate in all those things, and here's the reason why. When you go to a premier school, you go to an elite academy, or you go to a convention, you're going to find somebody there that you're going to relate to. Now, you may not relate to everybody. You may not relate to Skip. You may not relate to me. You may not relate even to the person who invited you onto this call. But when you go to those premier schools, you're going to find someone that you do. And when you do, plug into what they're teaching. But I will warn you about one other thing. Remember that not everyone is going to relate to that same person. So what do you think your team needs to do? Your team needs to participate and attend all of those events, because just like you had to find the person you related to, your team has to find the one they relate to. So fight it, embrace it. And you guys, you'll be at the very top of this company. So here's the last thing. I want to do a little call to action. We're in the last month of this fiscal year. We're already, if you go and look, we have press releases out there that you can go and look at this. We're already number 2, according to the Direct Sellers Association, in growth in the network marketing industry in the United States. We're number 2, and we're not happy about that position. We want to be number 1. Number 2 is not what our goals were. So my call to action is help us get to number 1. Help us take this company and make it the fastest growing company over the next 12 months, and let's start it by blowing out this last month of this fiscal year. So you guys, I look forward to seeing you guys all at the top. I look forward to seeing you guys at these events, and thanks for participating in this very first call. 90 days every Monday night. Good night.
Hey, thank you, Tyler, and thank you guys for getting on here. Just a really couple of quick things. Again, we're going to do this next week and every week. All you have to do is tell your prospects, your family and friends, to be at lvnmedia.com at 7 o'clock on Monday night. Everything else is taken care of. They don't have to register. They don't have to send off any information. They don't have to give their email address or any of that stuff. They just have to hop onto that website, and they'll have access to this webinar. And I want to also end with a call to action. I'm going to tell you guys, I have one of my favorite quotes is, victory are reserved for those who take action. Do you know who said that? I did. I said that. Victories are reserved for those who take action. So, you guys are here. You're taking action. Help us over the next 30 days. We've got a promotion going right now, as a matter of fact. If you're a prospect, you've got more than enough time. Enroll or sell 5 Vantage packs. Earn an iPad mini. I like the iPad mini. I'm going to throw this out there. I might go earn that. Jill and I might go out and do that this month. Just go enroll 5 more and earn that iPad mini. You've got until the end of June to do that. I can't think of a better way to start a business or to kickstart a business than enrolling 5 people. One of the things that my wife and I always joke around about is as we were growing and we had our ups and downs like anybody, we'd call Tyler and he'd say, enroll 5 more. So we'd go and enroll 5 more. We might do that this month just because I want that iPad mini. I think it's an exciting promotion. So I challenge you distributors and your prospects, if you're going to do this, go get yourself 5. Get yourself 5 by the end of this month. It's what you should be doing to grow your business anyway, and earn an iPad mini. Get recognized at our next Elite Academy in July as a leader. So you guys, thanks a ton for being on here. I know some of you might the audio might not have been perfect, but everybody I've talked to said they could hear us. We're going to work these bugs out. We will see you next week at the same time and the same channel. You guys, thanks for being here, and have a great week.